Everyone. It is a beautiful Wednesday evening near sundown. All right, let's see what we got. Is everyone hearing me all right? Please let me know. I'm not feeling well. Let me know. Save me the trouble of having to put on the headphones. Sound is good? Okay, thank you. Well, welcome to Wednesday. We are in the beginning of a major snowstorm. And I'm not feeling the best. But nevertheless, I did have a lot of communications today with important people, and I also saw some little clowns at work. So it's been a productive day, and we'll have some things to go over here, and maybe we'll keep the show brief tonight. That's always the goal, but it never works out. But we'll try to make it work out tonight. Let's pull this down and say hello. All right, so Let's see who we have here. While you're coming in, please hit the like. Please do that for me. All right, we have blessings galore. First one here. Oh, love you. Thank you. Let's see. Blessing says, one of the very few channels people can speak their opinions and thoughts. Thanks. Oh, thank you. That's the purpose of this channel, is a productive chat. Okay, that's when I came into it. I thought, hey, I should make a channel where it's a talk show where we have the chat. And thank you for that, those kind words, and that, it's pretty perceptive remark that you're picking up on. That's what we're here for. Robin Guido says, hello, Prof, in chat. And welcome, Robin. All right, welcome on in. We share a namesake. Welcome, Robin. Lisa, welcome in. Everyone, hey, I'm listening from work. All right, Lisa. Are you going to get off soon? Aaron Ethan back. Okay, welcome, Aaron. And Aaron Town. Welcome in, Aaron. Reading little Frankie's latest letter and feeling the need for a psyche bow. Yeah, little Frankie, look, you forgot to delete a couple sentences from Chat GPT, brother. If you're going to pretend to be smart, just erase the prompts from Chat GPT. It would be helpful to you. If you're going to include screenshots, please ensure that they are relevant. Right. Bobby Smith, welcome back, Bobby. Hello, Prof, and hello, chat. Oh, hello, Bobby. Cheers, brother. All right, let's see. Tracy Fleetwood. Hello, Prof and chat. Welcome in, Tracy. Foxy Lady. Well, welcome in, Foxy. Are you Foxy? Show some photos. Come on, come on. Stop hiding behind the, what are those little hearts? Are those ruby hearts or something like that? Hopefully you are Foxy. I'm sure you are. Foxy Lady with the kissy face. Allegedly, Foxy. Allegedly. Jay Rabbit, welcome in. Jay Rabbit, their mass striking channel. So sad. Yeah, a little butthurt Fig Bodette. He figures that he can just silence Little Joe with fraudulent copyright strikes. Nice. They're basically running like hell. Okay, they're scared as hell. They're pulling out all the stops because they're caught. Their conspiracy has been busted wide open. And like I said, we only really are able to cover maybe 5 to 8% of it on YouTube because there's things we have to shut our mouths about. But literally, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to offer you a word of encouragement. It's better than you think it could be, and truly, what is going on is the conspiracy's busted wide open, and they all know it, and so they're pulling out all the stops. And if you're familiar with what that refers to, it's when you play the organ. Okay, when you play the organ, you pull out the stops to increase the volume and the sound production of the organ. So when you pull out all the stops, the organ produces noise at its loudest. And this is the analogy for what's going on. They are pulling out all the stops in an attempt to cover their asses. It's the CYA syndrome. And so the troll farm and the prosecution is utterly fucked right now. And they know it. And they're pulling out all the stops. All right, welcome in Rosie Roo. Prof in chat. Oh, Rosie, the real cornet. Okay, you're a new face, and hopefully you're not a troll. Little Frankie gave the crime scene photos to Gray Hughes in addition to defense work product. Gray then forwarded them to the German family, according to what I've heard. Oh, elaborate then. Please elaborate. Let's figure that one out. Okay, Bobby Smith says, the prof is about the only one I trust on info. That involves good, in my opinion, information that is actually factual-based information. Well, thanks. I'm not the only one, but I try to offer the facts, and then I give my informed opinion. Oh, look, I just got the weather alert vibrating here that says, snow's beginning. for the next several hours. Yes, it is. Blessings Galore says, placed in timeout in other channels' chat rooms today. Guess why? I don't know, mentioning something relevant. Oh, I wrote honey bun money fig. Good one. Foxy Lady says, I am new here. Who's Little Frankie? Little Frankie is a little homoerotic young man in the Netherlands who has been stalking and harassing YouTubers since October, when Ruckus Rock went and tapped him to do some work for the state and the family. And he has been doing so willingly. Uh, he has enabled the Patty family and Anna Williams to break the gag order multiple times. And then thereafter, being paid, has gone on a what is it now? October, November, December, January, February, March. He's been on a 5-6 month campaign to destroy everyone who has any sort of reason, ethics, or moral compass, and that's Little Frankie. And he's also threatened to come to Colorado and deal with me and cut my hair. I assume I couldn't really pick it up, but he's also obsessed with my hair for some reason, which grows due to God establishing the way that human beings operate, is that their hair grows. Okay. Beautiful Louise Cuevas entering the building. Hello, Louise. Hey. And the beautiful Luna Ray also entering. Where are all these beautiful women coming from? Hello, lovelies. And look, there's another one. Hello, Melon, the beautiful Melon. They're just coming in. Hey, you girls were hanging out in some secret place and just all came over together. All the lovely ladies. Look, Amy too. Hey, Prof and chat. Nice flowers. Yeah. All the gorgeous women come in together. It's amazing. Look, Shay Watson. Welcome in, Shay. All right. So welcome in all you guys, you beautiful women coming in together. That's hilarious. How do you do that? All right. Sound is good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Captain Underpants, cheers. And I salute you. It's been a long time. Yeah, it has. I feel like this case is a Twilight Zone mixed with Twin Peaks. It's worse. I was having a discussion this morning with another YouTuber who is amazing. And that was sort of the conclusion, is that this is just the most unbelievable case that you've ever heard of. It's actually a case that's so easy to pick apart, because it's a case in which every single aspect of, like it's this. You know how if you have a prism and you're looking into a prism, you see light coming in from all angles, right? Or say a kaleidoscope. Well, in this particular case, no matter which angle you turn that prism, you see the same thing. And it's incredible. I mean, whether you're talking about the family's obvious deceptive behavior and statements, and Kelsey German's obvious lies and contradictions over the years, law enforcement's obvious corruption, or say the prosecution's obvious malfeasance, or the the paid for controlled YouTubers obvious narrative steering, uh, the faulty narratives obvious contradictions and giveaways that it's nothing but lies and make believe, and that means timeline, place, the photoshoppery involved in the images that have been passed as evidence in this case for 7 years. The Every single aspect of this case, no matter which detail you look at, when you look at it, it points directly at the same thing, that it's all bullshit and lies by a group of people, locals. It's incredible. It really is. This case is so easy to attack from every single angle. No matter where you start, you get to the same conclusion. And the interesting thing is they pretty much got away with it for a good 6 years. But here we are now in 2024. We've reached the tipping point. We are at the tipping point in the Delphi murders, House of Cards, and that's why they are running scared. And so Yes, it is the Twilight Zone mixed with Twin Peaks. Peaks. It's David Lynch on meth. It's a David Lynch story on meth. All right, Carol's in here. Hey everyone. Hey Carol, and Bonnie Brown's in here. Hey Bonnie Brown. All right. Nick McClellan has a rune tattoo since high school. Says, "Layer on you." Well, welcome in, new person, and that's interesting. I don't know that to be factual, but it is interesting. All right, just a moment. Sorry for that. I'm having some technical difficulties. Please give me a moment. All right. Did that help out? Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties and sneezes. Is anything glitching out on you? Sorry, guys. There we go, some echo. You guys have any glitching? All right, so here we go. Luis Cueva says, his new letter, he claims he is a fellow defense attorney. What? That was a part. I don't even remember that. I pretty much skipped over most of it because it was so irrelevant. But Rebecca says, did you guys see Crime Night's last video? GB has done him wrong. Oh, well, I'll go over there and watch it. All right. So, Four Pits says tornadoes across the Midwest tonight. Yeah, and actual pretty much blizzard conditions in the Colorado Front Range. So, yeah, we got some weather. We got some weather. And I'm not feeling my best, I'm telling you. Good to see everyone. Just got home with Taco Hell. Oh, no, digital. Oh, no. Say it's not so, my brother. All right. One's a wiener and one's a fruit cake. Yeah. All right. Welcome in, Fur Baby Daddy. Fur Baby says, hey, Prof, can you tell me what this geofencing thing is again? Hi, Amy. Hi, Louise, Cuevas, and all. Well, Fur Baby Daddy, hey. I suggested last night that everyone Google this term, fog reveal. Oh, you got buzzing? Okay, let's see if we can fix the buzzing first. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see if we can fix that buzzing. Okay, fog reveal. I said to please Google fog reveal. And then Google Alex Voorhees on the YouTubes. Hulkster, welcome in. Heck, it was 75 here today in Indiana. Guess your snow will be our rain in a couple days. Just want to know the truth. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Hulkster. Yeah, we got weather pushing on through. Oh my gosh. Lee Cordell, hey, it's been a long time no see, Lee Cordell. Welcome on in. All right, long time no see, Lee Cordell. Welcome in. The real Cornet says, "Oh crap, Frankie! I thought Frankie was Fig. Big sent them to Gray Hughes. Oh, so that's what you were talking about? Right. Hey, Yaya Kelly. Yaya's in the house. Hey, Yaya. Good to see you. And Rebecca Ann. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca's on back in the house. Good to see you, Rebecca. All right. They had a lot to cover up. Now they created more. Yeah, they fucked up. Yeah, they fucked up. I messaged our beautiful friend Meow this morning, and I said, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, they just keep giving us more and more and more and more. And then, hey, keep it on. Keep squealing, pigs. Keep squealing. There she is. There she is, the ruckus herself. Laura kicks open the door, and she's coming, starting shit already. Laura doesn't stop the party. We'll give her a little surprise here. Come on, give it up. All right, that's for Laura. She says, I kick over and open the salon door. Heidi ho, props, proofy truthers. There she is. Yeah, how's your brother, Amy? How is your brother? Hey, look, it's Meow Meow, but it's a different Meow. We've got so many Meows. We got Attorney Meow, we got Meow Meow, and we got Meow Meow. So, all right. Oh, there you go. Lala says hello. And look, speaking of beautiful ladies, the unraveling. Hey, the unraveling in the house. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Go look at their channel. Please subscribe to their channel if you haven't. Uh, enemy number one from the colluders, the corrupt law enforcement, corrupt prosecutor, and the corrupt YouTubers. Number one, the unraveling. Whoever they want to silence the most is the ones you need to listen to most closely. It is what it is. All right. Laura says, thanks for reading so we don't have to. All right. So many cat on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh, did I just skip ahead like 30? See, it does it to me every time. It's infuriating. Okay, here, let's find it. I got to find my spot again. Find my place. Rebecca says it's been nice in Kokomo. Well, you're lucky to be alive. You're in Kokomo. Just saying. Just saying. Hey, Carol, has the buzzing in the background stopped? Has it stopped, sweetie? I hope it stops. Gary Burdett, copyright strikes him for Tiny Tim. Oh, a bunch of fucking clowns. That's what it is. All right. The unraveling. Yes. It's all love here in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone watching, please join the chat if you have not already. Jump into this damn chat and express yourself. That's what it's here for. No, it's not here to bash my head in. But if you're coming in and interacting with the others in the chat, yeah, do that. And Psyche 27911, welcome back in. Another beautiful lady, welcome back in. Psyche 27911. Little Mastiff Mama, Fur Baby Daddy, got my little pup last week. She's home. Well, welcome in, new viewer, Little Mastiff Mama. Good to see you. Rebecca Ann, the unraveling. Did you send your letter to go like the rest of them? What's up, Prof and chat? Nobody, nothing. 1717. Welcome in, sir. Regular, long-time viewer. Nobody, nothing. Welcome in. Good to see you. And the gorgeous unraveling ladies are saying, this is an embarrassment to the U.S. legal system. Shame, shame, shame. Yes, it is. I mean, honest question. How does this look, all right, for the legal system in America? How does it look? And guess what? We haven't even begun to reveal to you how bad it really is. I mean, I think you have an idea, but as I keep referencing that, we've shown you the tip of the iceberg, the 10%. How bad do you think that, how ugly is that 90% that's below the surface? Amy, yes, I did. Thank you. But all I could find was a couple of very short articles. Apparently, the step nephew who confessed hung himself in the Carroll County Jail. Oof. Let's go back to Amy and talk about this. This is Did you get the names last night? Fred and Audrey Marchand. Okay, there you go. All right. Unraveling says, thank you very much. You don't have to thank me. Do not ever thank me. Okay. It was an embarrassment. What a joke. We're all guilty of making anti-government content. Yeah, apparently little Frankie says that the Constitution is bullshit and that we hide behind the Constitution. Look, let me tell you fuck faces right now. I am a diehard constitutionalist and I would die for the Constitution. And so your death threats, they don't frighten me. Your death threats stress me out, okay? But they don't frighten me. And I wish you would try. If you show up around here, somebody's going to end up dead, but it ain't going to be me. The klaxon got me in trouble last night in bed, and the headphones ran out of juice. So I tried to just listen to my phone by ear. Hubby went back to sleep quickly. All right, Lorna Dune in the house with a little hearty heart. Welcome in, first timer. It's good to see you here. Not the anti-government content. What the fuck? Yeah, are you still hearing buzzing? Let me know, is there still buzzing? Because there should not be any buzzing. I mean, I've removed all sources of buzz. All right. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I just had to move it. All right, let's see. She's a fake meow. She's a different meow. There's so many meows. We got so many meows in the YouTube streets. All right. All right. Unraveling says I don't hear buzzing, but I have headphones. Perfect. Okay, so I fixed the buzzing. All right. Yeah, it was my fault. I had the microphone too close to one of the electronic devices here on the desk. That's what the buzzing was. My mistake. I can't believe a little Dutchman in wooden shoes. Oh, what happened? It skipped again. That keeps happening to me. It's trying to criminalize our exercising our First Amendment rights. Oof. Yeah, well, come on, little bitch. I'll exercise my Second Amendment rights. All right. You have to run. Oh, bye, sweetie. Thanks for the flowers and the hearts, and get out of here. Go do what you got to do. Welcome in, Freckle Joy. Freckle Joy is in this house. Okay, yeah. It is the crazy house, so you're welcome. All right. The unraveling. I tried to gently inform and reason with him. Some horses are just not going to drink. No, they won't. That horse is a lost cause. He's a horse's ass. And he's bought and paid for, though. I mean, guys, come on. Don't you know that? Fear is the enemy. All right. I would just like to say I've never been in any way involved with what Fig Solved does. Your death threats, they don't frighten me. Your death threats, they stress me out. Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, can we speak honestly here? I mean, I probably speak more honestly than any of the YouTubers on because I don't really guard my words. I say bad words. I say things that are not smiled upon by everyone. But I just look at this. Hey, this right here is a leisure time experience for me. Uh, I'm not trying to make everyone happy and please everyone here. I'm just sitting here in front of my computer running my mouth because I choose to, and I don't have to. I'm not like these other guys dependent on it to buy my methamphetamine and my weed and shit. So this right here is just an exercise in me trying to do the best that I can for the victims of the Delphi murders and the Flora murders. And so I don't mind speaking openly. Psyche 27/9/11 says the justice system is so flawed in the U.S., too much undefined within the law. Little Frankie plays with his nether regions. Hey, welcome in, Bonnie. All right, Bonnie. Bonnie, are you guys bashing the troll farm already? That's supposed to come after we cover the documents. Come on. I've personally never spoken with him. Rick Snay is an idiot. Yeah, he's an unhinged old man who threatens teenage children on the internet. That's what he does. There is a repeating faint buzz, but not frequent. Reminds me of when our phone was tapped years ago. The Troll Brigade is going after Crime Night. Yes, and the Unraveling, and the Prof, and Meow. They are butthurt. They are in their death knells, so they are flailing around hopelessly, trying to get out of a situation that they have themselves caused, and that is inescapable and inevitable. And it is called accountability for your part in the collusion to cover up the Delphi murders. And I've been screaming it for 6 months. If you go back and watch my content, you'll see that all this time they've been calling me crazy. I've been dead on. I've been correct, and I've been right, and I've been showing you what has been happening. And we're dealing with the troll farm. That's directed from the top. Now, who's pulling the strings? That is actually the pertinent question. They shouldn't be threatening us at all. No. And we now have intimidation of witnesses. I don't know whether you guys realize it or not, but intimidation of witnesses is a federal crime. And it is happening with pretty much every single witness on the witness list. And it's not going to continue. FBI is going to be taking over this case. Mark my words. Nobody, nothing. What they're doing to Joe is ridiculous. Frank's got mommy issues. Yes, it's called repressed homosexual energy vibes. Laura says, so you're unraveling. Good to see you. Looking forward to your live Friday. 3:15 at 6 p.m. Eastern. Hope I got that right. Sounds like is that a promotion for their live Friday at 3:15? At 6:15, at 6 p.m. Eastern. I will be in the chat. Okay. Aaron Town says, sounds more like a tiny rattlesnake than phone tapping. Actually, do you have a visitor in the room? No, thank God. My snakes live in the garage in their enclosures. I've always kept snakes the past 10 years. I'm a snake keeper, but most of you don't know that. Okay, the only thing Fig solves is McSleesland's reach around. Ooh, that's, I don't want to visual. Please erase that from my brain. I don't want to visualize that. All right, Marianne Jacobson, welcome back in. Now I've seen you quite a long time ago, but welcome in, Marianne. I hope some of the good guys invite Joe Lewis on their show. I feel bad about what Fig did to him, especially now with the contempt hearing. Oh, well, you don't worry, Marianne. I let Joe know yesterday or day before that my channel was his. So if Joe wanted to, he'd be on right now. He'd be on right now on the Prof show. I offered him the passwords to my channel so that he could take over my channel for a few days and do some lives. So you guys don't worry. If Joe really wanted to jump on and do a live, I've already offered him the password to my channel so that he can jump on and do a live. But he said, don't worry, Prof. If I'm ready, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I got big plans. So little Joe is working on things behind the scenes. And I think he decided to use this time to do productive things that are not live streams. So you guys just keep praying for little Joe. But yeah, I've already offered little Joe the platform in case he desires live stream for the next 10 days while he deals with Little Fag Solve's fraudulent copyright situation. All right. Prof, question. Welcome in, blah. Why did Ellie make up the story about the FBI secretary losing Ellie's interview? Wonder what's your take? Well, that's just another. Remember how I said, no matter which angle you look at this in this prism of lies, it all goes back to the same thing, that it's all local corruption. Okay. Now, one thing we know for sure is FBI called them out on that lie. All right. Carol says, keep running that mouth. Welcome in, Ellen West. Good to see you. All right, Ellen West back in. Speaking of beautiful ladies. Lunar Ray, one time I got death threats. I didn't sleep for 5 days straight. I thought I might lose my mind. It's a terrible thing to do to someone, even if you don't act on it. Yeah, well, and it's almost a daily thing at this point because we are dealing with a cartel. We're dealing with a white supremacist leaning, meth dealing, child murdering Indiana cartel who wants more than anything to cover their asses and never go down for what they've been doing in killing everyone in sight in Indiana. I'm proud of the work you're doing, the unraveling. I know it's not easy and greatly appreciated. Yeah, and I'm sick of them threatening women on the internet, like Meow and like the unraveling. The filings yesterday were such a relief, finally confirmation, black on white, so an entire world could see some of the most important evidence we've known about. We have taken so many beatings for questioning the obvious, for bringing up very pertinent points, inconsistencies, and flags, and we have been gaslit, slandered, defamed, and threatened with death, and our families threatened. And yesterday, it entered the court system. So, yes, we are somewhat excited. And like I said, this is not the end, but only the beginning. It's only the beginning. It's the crack in the dam. Rick Snake may be a stand up comedian, but he's not a stand up guy. I'm speed reading to catch up. Did somebody say Fig is playing with McSqueezlin's nether regions, giving him the old reach around? Blah, I don't think it was lost. Skinner, the CEO who took his statement, died. When he died, his files were given to Doolin. Yes, that's why they lied, okay? They lied about Doolin. Now Skinner is no longer here to say what really happened. They blame the FBI. FBI said bullshit. It's all bullshit. Always has been. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. It's Unsolved Crimes Uncovered. Another beautiful lady with an awesome channel. And everyone, go watch her channel. Subscribe. Unsolved Crimes. Luna Ray says, anyone remember the character on SpongeBob? Gary. I do indeed, and that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Tree Hugger back in the building. Hey, welcome in, Tree Hugger. You are the bomb too, Tree Hugger. All right, that's awesome. Oh, there it skipped again. Oh, damn it. Why does my thing glitch like this? Okay. I'm almost caught up because when we get caught up, we'll get into these documents. But I have something to read to you. But let's see. Almost there, guys. We are almost there. Yaya Kelly says, Louise, the harm and insults to women are so terrifying from these people. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Louise. They are threatening not only single fathers like myself and my child, who's just merely 4 years old, but they are threatening women on the internet regularly. And yes, I mean Rick Snay, Little Frankie, and the Crayon, and etc. Really, we really need an emoji for him. All right, Penny Ken's mom says your hi chat and prof, your chat is so nice. Well, welcome, Penny. You're a first timer. Hey, everyone in the viewing audience, please join the chat and join along with Penny in introducing yourself to our viewers. Dude sent the letter to the wrong state. Yeah, Georgia. How ironic. How ironic, because we know that Georgia plays a role in this whole circus. How ironic that Fig Solves would fuck up and send it to Georgia. What's that all about, Fig? What kind of snakes? I like them, but I'm only brave enough to have a corn snake now. They are so sweet. Well, I'll just keep that to myself. Okay. Okay. Unsolved Crimes is saying hello to everyone. And BH is in the house. Welcome in, BH. BH says, Luna, that was hilarious. If this is the cartel, they are way dumber than I thought I would have expected. Yes, because they are meth fueled, unhinged neo-Nazis. Welcome in, ACV. My absolute favorite YouTuber, Mr. ACV himself. Once more, I have to give him. All right. Mr. ACV continuously gives the most uh, thought-stimulating comments, and I really do owe Mr. ACB a lot of credit for making me think of things that I wouldn't, and consider um, things that I would not have considered. So I'm just so grateful that Mr. ACB is part of this community because he keeps me on my toes. So Mr. ACB, ladies and gentlemen, there. All right, Unsolved Crimes Uncovered says, thanks. I love your work. Well, I love your work too. Actually, I've watched a few of your lives not too long ago, trying to catch up because I had missed several weeks. Digital says, can anyone find Skinner's cause of death 1 month before Allen was arrested? I know he was older, but I'm just curious. Yeah, is he another body following this case? I think it was using an excuse to say they don't have RA's phone info because they didn't know about him at the beginning. I don't agree with that. They had it all. Just remember, white supremacists were the first hate group to radicalize online with freedom.net in the 80s. This is a very old game for them. Yes, they are very capable. This is the point that Mr. ACV brought across, put forward, that not only is this group extremely concerning and violent, they are very capable when it comes to their online activity. And Miss Meow also informed me a little about that, how this is why we have such a difficult time with the insane trolling that goes on in the death threats. This group is extremely well versed in operating online and the gang stalking online. And so when it comes to the Delphi murders, it's just a perfect fit because they have always been active online and coordinating online. And so when this occurred within their community, they quickly stepped forward and decided to use their skills operating online to cover up the murders of Abby and Libby. And this is why, to this very day, they are active online. Yes, they are behind all the trolling. Yes, they are behind the corrupt YouTubers. And yes, they are behind the dead bodies following this case. And hey, what are you going to do about it? Oh yeah, please hit like. Thank you, little Mastiff Mama. She says please hit like, and I recommend that everyone please hit like. Please do it for me. Poor Melinda in Georgia got hit with the Delphi shrapnel. Yes, she did. I applaud you for that one. Did you enjoy that email that she sent? She's like, look, Mr. Fig, you got to send this to the actual. You got to send this to Go. Please don't bother me with this bullshit. All right, Unsolved. I have to be funny because if I say what I'm thinking, I'll get thrown off YouTube. Well, I'm surprised. Yes, that's what I say when I get on here. I kind of speak freely, and I know it's a little off color at times, and I use bad words. Oh my gosh! But I don't do what they do. I'm not over here advocating for dead children, while at the same time threatening to kill children and threatening to kill women and threatening to kill YouTube creators. Uh, hey, but they do this on a daily basis. They do it on a daily basis. Yet they pretend to advocate for murdered children. I bet Melinda got some much needed comic relief with that one. You know what I bet? I bet when she read this email, she was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then she called over her buddy, and she's like, "Hey, what is this?" And they read it together, and they finally figured out what was going on, and they said, "Okay, we have to figure out how to politely tell this guy to send this to the correct court." I mean, Fig again was baiting the defense. Yeah, well, I told you that's little Frankie's whole MO. Every time he's caught in bullshit, he says, "Oh, I was just pretending. I was baiting." That's what Ruckus Rock does. They all do it. That's part of their shucking and jiving, or shuffling, if you want to call it that. Part of the way they shuffle is they start the whole shuffling thing and by saying, "Oh, I was just baiting," or "I was just tricking," or "I was just entrapping." Fig probably be blaming the defense for sending it to Georgia. Oh, he will. So will little Frankie. His little Frankie is his fluffer. Okay, you know what a fluffer is? That's little Frankie. Frankie's Fig's fluffer, and Fig is McClellan's fluffer, and McClellan is Gull's fluffer. Okay. Nice, you guys. Luna Ray says, in my hometown in the 50s and 60s, they were committing arson at all-time high rates. You can probably guess who was their number one target. Black folks? All right. Poor guy. He's defending the very ones leading to the mafia. He doesn't realize through his need to belong that he's being duped. All right. The threats are something I can't understand. Calling people's work, calling CPS, and threatening death. Yes. What? Why? Okay. No one seems to realize the gravity of the situation. When I was calling it out 6 months ago, I was gaslit and shamed for even mentioning it. And they said, how dare you address the trolls? Ignore the trolls. Stop entertaining the drama. No one realizes the magnitude of this behavior. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why? You need a pretty cross earring with a diamond. Whoa, send me one, Rosie Rue. I'd gladly accept it. I have a bunch of earrings, but they're all off right now except for this one. And hey, let me tell you, I cannot get over it. I lost a certain earring. So I had a pair of diamond earrings that were a beautiful like green color. And once I had them on in the shower like an idiot, and as I'm washing my hair, one went down the drain. And I honestly, they have sentimental value to me, and I still haven't gotten over losing that one. That one I still haven't gotten over, and it was 10 years ago. Um, I really wish I had never lost that one, but at least I still have the one. The one of the two. I sometimes wear it. They're afraid of your knowledge. Yeah, they're afraid of what we're saying because we're shining a light on what really happened with the Delphi murders, which they never wanted to hit the light of day. But guess what? It's happening. Exactly, Prof. They forget why they were even on the topic of a crime case and turn into monsters themselves. Yes. Boring Darbo-ish. Yes. Ronnie Reed, welcome in. Ronnie Reed, a new viewer and a wonderful contributor to the chat. Welcome in, Ronnie Reed. Okay, baiting is their dance. The Indiana Mafia is being shut down as we speak, finally. Yeah, wait till the FBI drop down, okay? I have good reason to believe, okay? Like I said, we can't talk about everything that we would love to speak about, but I have very good reason to believe the FBI will be spets into this case, and it won't be so long. Okay. Aaron Town says, motion to evict mental images produced by speculation upon fluffing. All right. This goes deep. It goes deep. I'm surprised they haven't threatened you yet, because you are a woman and you're covering the case, and they love to threaten the women covering the case. I can't decide if they're just a bunch of weird tweakers with Wi-Fi connection creating havoc, or if they're real-life chaos agents sent in to disrupt, or both. Well, they are both. And and they're also this, like, you got girls like Jinx. Okay, you got people like Jinx 13. Jinx 13, married to a Hell's Angel, meth dealer, herself a Smurf in former days. Okay, and so you have to question the motivation here. Why do you have Hell's Angels, meth dealers, active in the online chats as moderators, chaos agents, trying to take over the public discourse over the Delphi murders, when we are exactly saying that it is meth dealing bikers who are responsible for the Delphi murders? Mm. Oh, that one hurts, doesn't it? That one stings. That one stings. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's over, and I can't express my gratitude for those of you who have went to war with and for us. Well, we love you locals. Like Luna Ray is a local, allegedly, and we love our locals. We love the ones who are good locals. Well, McClellan's dad was an arsonist that was sued by the Farm Bureau Association. You know, the building Allen parked at, that Nicholas McClellan said never existed in the PCA. Lies. Wow, that's interesting, Allie. Wow. You should make a ring out of the remaining earring. Well, that's a wonderful suggestion. Before I lose it, I'm always so afraid to lose that last one. I mean, it's the most gorgeous green hued diamond. It's gorgeous. I when I bought those earrings, I bought them. I'm not going to get into that. I did not buy them for myself. I bought them for someone else, and it's a long story, but they're gorgeous. It's a gorgeous green diamond. It's absolutely insane. I have been warned of this community by the very person sending me death threats. Hackers are criminals. Yes. Oh, Alex Voorhees. Yeah. Obviously, I don't like the guy. This guy himself said that he had been asked dozens by dozens of people to hack me, and he claims that he did not, but he did. Okay, but dozens. Just imagine dozens. He had been asked dozens by dozens of people to help with the prof. It's all recorded, by the way. I have proof of that statement. He's also the one who did the fog reveal, which leads to the presence of the multiple phones at the crime scene. Hey, Sleuty Goosey, another beautiful, gorgeous, brilliant woman joining the chat. Well, my chat absolutely has the most beautiful and smart women on the YouTubes. Sleuty, Luna, Laura, Unsolved Crimes, they're all here. Look. Uh, Unraveling, Freckle Joy. I mean, you guys are something. I'm blushing here. And Evan's cousin, a former deputy sheriff of Cass County, was sentenced to 152 years for molestation around the time of the murders. Rozzi put him behind bars. The judge later died after a car fell on him. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's another body fall in this case. Oh, pardon me. Freckle Joy, we'll speak about that privately. I'll fill you in. Rose, Becky's great aunt and uncle were murdered and their house set afire many years ago. The only other double homicide in Carroll County, allegedly. Sleuty Goosey, my favorite Sleuty. Well, I tell you what, I follow Sleuty's Twitter because I like to be on top of what's going on. And between Sleuty and Bob Mata's Twitter, I recommend everyone follow Sleuty and Bob Mata's Twitter. Because pardon me, Bob Mata's. Because if you follow Sleuty and Bob Mata on Twitter, you'll be on top of everything. You'll be on top. Jinx 13, isn't that Frank Scheister's corner pocket? Ooh, I don't want to. We're not discussing any sexual activity of YouTubers. Ronnie Reed says, digital, what were the names? Someone mentioned something that I think that might be that case. I knew one of them before very briefly. They called him Sarge. Who is Alex Voorhees? Exactly. Who is Alex Voorhees? The guy who claims he was trained by criminals on the internet. Yes, the very cyber criminal hackers who we are being attacked, and the prosecution is being attacked, law enforcement is being attacked, and the defense attorneys are being attacked by hackers. The cop said something ritualistic was left at the crime scene. Yes. By dozens. Was he counting all their multiple accounts? Okay. Aaron says, uh-oh, Bob is going live in a few minutes to talk about Hennessy. I'll have to open another window. Fuck it, Bob. Let me do what I'm doing. We're about to go through 5 of Hennessy's documents right now. And there's another one on deck in case you guys don't know about it. But the judge is sitting on it right now. But there's another, we have another filing from Hennessy that probably will be dropped very, very, very soon. Okay. So many brilliant ladies here. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Trying to educate little Frank was brilliant. Unfortunately, he didn't listen to anything you told him. Okay, so I think I've said hello to everyone. So let's get into this. I'm pretty much caught up, haven't I? All right. All right, so, all right, now I'm going to now read you another letter I wrote to Judge Gull. This should be riveting for you guys. Okay, so please give me a moment. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. So it says, the Honorable Judge Gull. While confined here in the YouTube streets, I came across your recent statement calling our present activities unwise and untimely. Seldom, if ever, do I pause to answer criticism of my work and ideas. If I sought to answer all of the criticisms that cross my desk, my secretaries would be engaged in little else in the course of the day, and I would have no time for constructive work. But since I feel that you are men of genuine goodwill and your criticisms are sincerely set forth, I would like to answer your statement in what I hope will be patient and reasonable terms. I think I should give you my reason for being on YouTube, since you have been influenced by the argument of outsiders coming in. Um, Whenever necessary and possible, I share information and resources with my affiliates. Several months ago, some of my affiliates here in YouTube world invited me to be on a call to engage in nonviolent direct action program if such were deemed necessary. We readily consented. When the hour came, we lived up to our promise. So I am here, along with several members of my staff, because we were invited here. I am here because I have basic organizational ties here. Beyond this, I am in YouTube world because injustice is here. Just as the 8th century prophets left their little villages and carried their "thus saith the Lord" far beyond the boundaries of their hometowns, just as the Apostle Paul left his little village of Tarsus and carried the gospel of Jesus Christ to practically every hamlet and city of the Greco-Roman world, I too am compelled to carry the gospel of freedom beyond my particular hometown. Like Paul, I must constantly respond to the Macedonian call for aid. However, and moreover, I am confident of or cognizant of the interrelatedness of all communities and states. I cannot sit idly by in Colorado and not be concerned about what happens in Indiana. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects us all indirectly. Never again can we afford to live with the narrow provincial outside agitator idea. Anyone who lives inside the United States can never be considered an outsider. You deplore the demonstrations that are presently taking place on YouTube, but I am sorry that your statement did not express similar concern for the conditions that brought about these demonstrations into being. I am sure that each of you would want to go beyond the superficial societal or social analyst who looks merely at effects and does not grapple with the underlying causes. I would not hesitate to say that it is unfortunate that so-called demonstrations are taking place on YouTube at this time. But I would say in more emphatic terms that it is even more unfortunate that the white power structure of this community left the community of victims in Delphi and in Indiana at large with no other alternative. In any nonviolent campaign, there are four basic steps: collection of the facts to determine whether injustices are alive, negotiation, self-purification, and direct action. We have gone through all of these steps on YouTube. There can be no gainsaying of the fact that racial injustice engulfs this community. Delphi is probably the most thoroughly segregated city in the United States. It is ugly, Its ugly record of police brutality is known in every section of this country. Its unjust treatment of Black folks in the courts is a notorious reality. There have been more unsolved fires and murders in Carroll County than in any other city in this nation. These are hard, brutal, and unbelievable facts. On the basis of them, community leaders sought to negotiate with community fathers, but the political leaders consistently refused to engage in good faith negotiation. Then came the opportunity to talk with some of the leaders of this economic community. In these negotiating sessions, certain promises were made by the merchants, such as a promise to remove corrupt law enforcement from their power. On the basis of these promises, we agreed to call a moratorium on any type of online demonstrations. As the weeks and months unfolded, we realized that we were the victims of a broken promise. The signs remained. The death threats remained. The trolling and bullshit narratives remained. As in so many experiences of the past, we were confronted with blasted hopes and the dark shadow of a deep disappointment settled upon us. So we had no alternative except that of preparing for direct action, whereby we would present our very bodies as a mean of laying our case before the conscience of local and the national community. We were not unmindful of the difficulties that would be facing us. So we decided to go through a process of self-purification. We started having online workshops, Zoom calls, Discord chats, and FaceTime discussions. And we repeatedly asked ourselves the questions: are you able to accept the blows without retaliating? And are you able to endure the ordeals of being in YouTube jail? We decided to set our direct action program around this Easter season, realizing that with the exception of Christmas, this was the largest shopping period of the year. Knowing that a strong economic withdrawal program from the YouTube bullshit gaslighting narrative providers would be the byproduct of direct action, we felt that this was the best time to bring pressure on the community for the needed changes. Then it occurred to us that Mr. McClellan, in the Carroll County prosecution, was using YouTubers in order to accomplish means in an unethical fashion. And at this time, we agreed to begin our nonviolent witness of these activities. We began documenting and submitting all the evidence that we could possibly accumulate of this unethical behavior. This reveals that we did not move irresponsibly into this direct action. We too wanted to see Mr. Allen face a fair and just trial in his due process. So we went through postponement after postponement to aid this community in this time of need. After this, we felt that direct action could be delayed no longer. You may ask, why direct action? Isn't waiting for the prosecution to complete the court process a better path? Well, you may have been right. But as we witnessed the unethical collusion between several of the YouTube community members and Mr. McClellan, we decided against further negotiation. Indeed, this is the purpose of direct action. Nonviolent direct action seeks to create such a crisis and establish such creative tension that a community that has consistently refused to negotiate is forced to confront the issue. It seeks to dramatize the issue so that it can no longer be ignored. I just referred to the creation of tension as part of the work of the nonviolent resistor. This may sound rather shocking, but I must confess that I am not afraid of the word tension. I have earnestly worked and spoken against violent tension. But there is a type of constructive nonviolent tension that is necessary for growth. Just as Socrates felt that it was necessary to create a tension in the mind so that the individual could rise from bondage of myths and half-truths to the unfettered realm of creative analysis and objective appraisal, we must see the need of having nonviolent gadflies to create the kind of tension in society that will help men rise from the dark depths of racial prejudice to the majestic heights of understanding and true human brotherhood. So the purpose of this direct action is to create a situation so crisis-packed that it will inevitably open the door to actual truth and negotiations in the course of fact-finding. We therefore concur with you in your call for negotiations, Judge Gull. Too long has our beloved community been bogged down in the tragic attempt to live in a monologue rather than a dialogue. One of the basic points from your court is that our acts are untimely. Some have asked, why didn't you give the prosecution more time to act? The only answer that I can give to this inquiry is that the new prosecution must be prodded about as much as the outgoing prosecutor was, and that's Mr. Ives. We will be sadly mistaken if we feel that allowing the process to continue without further speaking out or further action would be beneficial. I hope I see in I hope that the qualities I see in Mr. Baldwin, that of being reasonable and responsible, will be enough to fight to overcome the futility of non-resistance. But Mr. McClellan will not see this without pressure from the devotees of civil rights. My friends, I must say to you that we have not made a single gain in our rights without determined legal and nonviolent pressure. History is a long and tragic story of the fact that privileged groups seldom give up their privileges voluntarily. Individuals may see the moral light and voluntarily give up their unjust power. But as Reinhold Niebuhr has reminded us, groups are more immoral than individuals. We know through painful experience that freedom is never voluntarily given up by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Frankly, I have never yet engaged in a direct action movement that was well timed according to the timetable of those who have not suffered unduly from the disease of corruption. For years now, I've heard the word wait. It rings in the ear of every person with a conscience. This wait has always meant never. It has been a tranquilizing formaldehyde, relieving emotional stress for a moment only to give birth to an ill-informed infant of frustration. We must come to see with the distinguished jurist of yesterday that justice too long delayed is justice denied. We have waited for more than 7 years for a resolution to the Delphi murders and justice for Abby and Libby, the victims of Delphi murders. Other nations around the world, especially those in Asia and Africa, are moving with jet-like speed toward the goal of political independence and accountability. And yet we still creep at horse and buggy pace towards the gaining of a cup of coffee at the lunch counter and the goal of true transparency from our state authorities. It is easy to guess. I'm sorry. I guess it is easy for those who have never felt the stinging darts of improper imprisonment to say wait. But when you have seen these vicious online gang stalking mobs, attack mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, when you have seen hate-filled law enforcement and prosecutors attack, target, coordinate the online gang stalking of those who would speak out in uh, with the goal of transparency, when you suddenly find your tongue twisted and your speech stammering as you seek to explain to your 4-year-old son why he cannot come into the front of the computer screen because of the ongoing death threats and threats to his well-being, and you see the tears welling up in his eyes, and you see him begin to distort his little personality by unconsciously developing a bitterness towards those who would be behind the computer screen, and say, "Why are people so mean, Daddy?" When you find it necessary to sleep at night in the uncomfortable corners of your room with a loaded weapon, when you're humiliated, slandered, doxxed, and threatened, when your murdered brother becomes a pedophile, when your father and mother become racists, when you become an unemployed elementary school teacher, when you are forever fighting a degenerating sense of nobodiness, then you understand why it's impossible to wait. There comes a time when the cup of endurance runs over and men are no longer willing to be plunged into the abyss of injustice when they experience the bleakness of corroding despair. I hope, sirs, you can understand our legitimate and unavoidable impatience. And with that, I ask you to accept all receipts that are handed to the court. Enter into the court record for future evaluation and scrutiny so that the truth of the matter come to the surface. Yours in justice, the Prof. All right. Now, I understand that Bob Mata is on. But guys, please don't run off to Bob Mata. We're going to be covering the documents now that Hennessy filed yesterday. Okay. As I mentioned, there's a new Hennessy filing. Okay. And we'll be covering that. So let's pull up what these are. Just give me a moment, please, to pull this up. Okay. Okay, can you hear me still? Now we're trying to get into the documents, and so I'll be pulling them up. And here's the first one. All right, here we go. We have 5 documents yesterday that we failed to cover because we were covering the most important. All right. Now, here we go. It says verified petition for recusal of prosecutor from contempt proceedings. And we'll go quickly through these because these are very easy. Okay, these are very, very easy. First one. Come now, attorneys Baldwin and Rozzi by counsel and respectfully petition the court to recuse prosecutor McClelland from any contempt proceedings. In support of this petition, counsel states, 1, on January 29, 2024, the elected prosecutor of Carroll County filed a verified information of contemptuous conduct. All of the alleged acts or omissions in that pleading are more than a year old. The pleading was filed the day after attorneys Rozzi and Baldwin were reinstated as appointed counsel for the accused. McClelland made no effort to seek punishment for defense counsel in the intervening 1 year. Yes, because the whole point was they thought that Gull would succeed with removing the attorneys. So when she failed to succeed, McClelland had to pull out the backup plan, which was to file this contempt. Okay. Whether the defense counsel were disqualified or not, if Mr. McClelland truly felt they should be punished for acts or omissions, he would have filed his pleading sooner. The facts and circumstances of the filing. Oops. Okay. The delay, the timing, and the allegations all indicate a personal vindictive attack on the defense counsel or ulterior purpose. That filing does not comport with the rules, statutes, and case law regarding contempt proceedings. The allegations are frivolous and unfounded. Mr. McClelland accessed Okay, can you hear me? Can everyone hear? I apologize for that. I'm not feeling well at all. Okay. All right, so despite McClelland's protestations of an innocent mistake in a later filing, no other attorney of record could access that pleading, but the CCS clearly stated ex parte, which Mr. McClelland would have seen before opening the document. I apologize, guys. I'm literally about to faint right now. Mr. McClelland is a lawyer with nearly 15 years' experience and knew or should have known that ex parte means not to be accessed or shared with opposing counsel. Mr. McClelland, having opened the pleading, would have seen the title which specified ex parte, but he read it anyway because he quoted a portion deep in the document. Yeah, obviously, and to quote the portion, you have to be copying, pasting, and knowing exactly what you're fucking doing. The concept of innocent mistakes by attorneys will be part of the evidence at any contempt hearing. Mr. McClelland had communications with a person that had confidential information which they publicly disseminated and claimed who their sources were. Mr. McClelland did not report that information or direct anyone to investigate it. Those exchanges will be evidence at any contempt hearing. Prior to filing his request for contempt, Mr. McClelland had not received or reviewed all of the results and interviews related to his accusations. Those will be part of the evidence at any contempt hearing. Mr. McClelland was present at unrecorded conferences with the court that impact his allegations and will be part of the evidence at any contempt hearing. He will be called as a witness to corroborate the testimony of other witnesses. Mr. McClelland will be called as a witness at any contempt hearing. He has been so advised, yet has not withdrawn as counsel for the state for any such hearing or designated either of the two other prosecutors on the case to litigate his contempt allegations. Okay? So, what's being relayed here? I'm sorry, I forgot to turn the page here. What it says, basically, it's saying, look, McClelland needs to be recused for those reasons, primarily. He knew he was reading an ex parte filing. He will be called as a witness. Okay? All right, here we go. Next one. Objection to change of venue. Okay, can you guys see that? Comes now counsel for attorneys Baldwin and Razi, and objects to change of venue from Carroll County to Allen County. In support of his objection, counsel states the following. The case was commenced with filing of charging information in the Carroll County Circuit Court. All pleadings in this case have been filed in the Carroll County Circuit Court, including the prosecution's verified information for contemptuous conduct. There's been no motion for change of venue filed by either party. There's no basis provided by statute or case law for a change of venue upon the appointment of a special judge. The Honorable Frances C. Gull was appointed as special judge in the Carroll County Circuit Court for this cause. Her authority in this case is only pursuant to that appointment. There are no charges pending against Mr. Allen in Allen County. The appointment of a special judge does not transfer a case to the judge's home county. Transfer is only allowed pursuant to Rule 79M IRTP. Additionally, Rule 79N states in pertinent part, Section 3, all hearings involving in-person testimony by a witness shall be conducted in the court where the case is pleading unless the parties and the judge agree otherwise on the record. Or B, the hearing is not before a jury and the special judge determines that exceptional circumstances exist such that the matter can only be heard in a timely fashion in his or her own county. Upon the appointment of a special judge, the elected clerk and court staff of the originating county remain. Conducting proceedings in Allen County imposes a hardship on attorneys and witnesses. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next. Okay, verified petition for recusal from contempt proceedings. Come now, attorneys Baldwin and Rozzi by counsel, and respectfully petition the court to recuse herself from any contempt proceedings. In support of this petition, counsel states. Now, this is very interesting here, because we've asked for recusal of McClelland, and now here we're asking for recusal of Gall. And I think many viewers and community members have felt the same way, okay, for quite some time. But let's take a look here at the defense's legal argument for the justification of a potential recusal of Judge Fran Gall. And this one's very interesting. So you guys listen up, okay? I'll get into the chat once we're done here. On October 8, 2023, by email, the court made inquiries about and suggestions for law enforcement's investigation of a reported leak of discovery material subject to a protective order, Exhibit L. In that email, court sua sponte offered to use its contempt power it did not have under the circumstances, to assist the investigation by compelling the cooperation of recalcitrant content creators. You remember that, don't you? Don't you? When she said that that she would have them arrested, basically, if they didn't cooperate. She was, in other words, Gall was actually trying to do the correct thing in this instance, which was to seal the leak. Okay, she was trying to seal the leak. But the real question is why? Like, what was it? A issue of CYA because this leak had gotten out of hand? Okay. The court's initiation and participation in the investigation gives rise to the appearance of a lack of neutrality and independence. Yes, because I think it was an oh shit moment, because they did not expect Richard Snay to blow up the leak to the level that he caused, right? Remember that? The court has received much information from the attorneys and other sources concerning the leak that may or may not be admissible in contempt proceeding. Now listen to that. Okay, listen to that clearly. The court has received much information from the attorneys and from other sources concerning the leak that may or may not be admissible in a contempt proceeding. Recusal is appropriate to avoid the possibility and appearance that the court is considering events outside the evidence and testimony actually presented at a contempt proceeding. Okay? without having heard any evidence and without having reviewed the document sent in in an accidentally misdirected email, the court has already expressed its judgment that the misdirection of the email was an egregious error. It therefore at least appears that the court has prejudiced the contempt allegation by the state regarding the misdirected email. Yes, it does. Gross negligence. More generally, the court previously not only criticized the same defense attorneys for the same conduct now alleged by the state to be contemptuous, it also coerced them into withdrawing their representation of Mr. Allen for that conduct. Again, there is at least the appearance that the court has prejudiced the state's contempt allegations. You remember that? We all remember that, don't we? Yes. Yes, she forced them to withdraw. Okay. Defense counsel will be offering admissible evidence that Gary Baudet. Okay, listen closely. This is paragraph 8. You guys take a look at number 8 here. This is a gem. This is really a gem. Number 8. Defense counsel will be offering admissible evidence that Gary Baudet, aka Big Solves, a person who has involved himself in this case, on the internet, claimed to have received and disseminated confidential documents, and that his source for the documents was an employee of the court. Protesting too much, Mr. Baudet has now written a fawning letter to the court, denying allegations that have not yet even been made. Under the circumstances, with the allegation of court involvement that will now go unsubstantiated, the court should not be ruling on the admissibility of defense counsel's evidence regarding Mr. Baudet and his activities, much less assessing what value to give it. Now, that's very important. Okay, I want you guys to listen up. Let's read that again and listen to what is actually being said here. Okay? Defense counsel will be offering, again, viewers who are just jumping in, look at number 8. Look at number 8. Defense counsel will be offering admissible evidence that Gary Baudet, aka Fig Solves, a person who has involved himself in this case on the internet, claimed to have received and disseminated confidential documents, and that his source for the documents was an employee of the court. Protesting too much, Mr. Baudet has now written a fawning letter to the court, denying allegations that have not yet even been made. Under the circumstances, with the allegation of court involvement that will not go unsubstantiated, the court should not be ruling on the admissibility of defense counsel's evidence regarding Mr. Baudet and his activities, much less of assessing what value to give it. In other words, with the allegation of court involvement that will not go unsubstantiated. Okay, in other words, there is evidence in this paragraph number 8 here. Okay, there is evidence in this paragraph. Can you see it? There is evidence that will be substantiated, that will substantiate this allegation that the court was directly involved with Mr. Baudet. Okay, is that not a major piece? Number 9, counsel for the state accessed and in a filing with the court even quoted an ex parte motion by the defense counsel. DocsPop has confirmed that the ex parte pleading was correctly filed as confidential. The Carroll County Clerk's Office has confirmed the ex parte pleading was only shared with defense counsel and the court. One of the court staff has reported that they thought a confidential filing applied only to the public and not to counsel for the state. Evidence about access to the ex parte pleading will be presented at any contempt hearing because it appears the state's access to an ex parte pleading was enabled by the court staff, whether due to improper training or through ignorance or actually through malfeasance. So here we have twice, okay? We have the court employee, and we know who she is, directly colluding with fake solves. We have the court employee directly colluding with Nick McClelland with the ex parte filing. The court conducted its own investigation of the leak, quote unquote, and lent itself and its powers to the investigation conducted by others. As a matter of public record, the court at least appears to have prejudiced almost all, if not all, of the state's contempt allegations against defense counsel. The involvement of the court staff member will now also be the subject of any contempt hearing. Yes, it will. The involvement of the court staff will be brought into this, okay? The involvement, under the totality of these circumstances, the court cannot appear to be neutral and a detached arbiter of the state's contempt allegations. And accordingly, the court should recuse itself with those contempt proceedings. And I would agree with that. I would agree that in the contempt proceeding, there's absolutely no way whatsoever that the court can be unbiased. Absolutely no way. It's absolutely impossible. All right, now, sorry guys. All right, you see this cunt who's coming in here with the gaslighting? We're going to go ahead and permanently ban her. It's Miss Persevere. Do you guys understand that Miss Persevere is a troll farm member? Specifically she has fucked with me for over a year. Okay. She has trolled me under fake accounts. She has colluded with Rick Snay to dox and harass me on an ongoing basis. And she wants to bring her stank ass in here and fuck with me because they are all absolutely furious that they've been caught. Okay. They have been caught. And guess what? The FBI will be picking up this case. They will all face the consequences of the gang stalking that they have participated in for an entire year. An entire year, they have gang stalked not only myself, but the Unraveling, our friend Meow, and other YouTube creators. They have gone after us. They have gone after our jobs. They have gone after our children. And they have gone after our livelihood here on YouTube. Do you know that the fact that this YouTube channel is run through a business, they have for a year harmed my business? For a year, they have harmed my emotional well-being. And they think that for some reason, in the future, they will get away with what they have committed in the past and currently. Absolute insane that they would do that to themselves. Okay. Those days are over. I mean, they're all caught and they just don't realize it. I continuously are telling them that, look, the FBI is taking this case over. Okay? Bad news. Bad news. All right, here we're going to get on to the fourth filing. Here it is. It's called Motion for Specific Findings of Fact and conclusions thereon. Okay, you see that? All right. And everything has been documented, Laura, is what I'm saying. Everything's been, they are really stupid. Fig doesn't realize that his entire Discord was documented, his entire community page, every single live stream chat, everything's been documented. And they really don't understand the level of crimes they have committed. And they think they're going to continue to get away with it because they have gotten away with it. It's okay. Defense counsel Andrew Baldwin and Bradley Rossi by counsel David Hennessy, a man of a man, okay? A man's man, David Hennessy, an actual boss, okay? McClellan, you want to learn what a boss is? Respectfully requests that this court issue findings of fact and conclusions thereon with respect to the contempt proceeding scheduled for March 18, 2024. In support of this motion, the defense counsel states the following. 1. Indiana Trial Rule 52A provides that upon written request of any party filed with the court prior to the admission of evidence in a case where issues are tried without a jury, the court shall, quote, find facts specifically and state its conclusions thereon. Wherefore, the defense by counsel respectfully requests that the court issue findings of facts and conclusions thereon regarding the contempt proceedings. Okay, so here's what's asked for. Specific findings of fact regarding the allegations of contempt, i.e. the leaks. Okay, is this shit getting rich for you guys yet? Is it getting rich? All right. And finally, we've made it to this fifth filing, which was yesterday. Motion to stay all ancillary proceedings and to get this damn case to trial. Can I say it like an adult? This isn't just for any of you new here, for any of you guys who are new here. I've made it very clear before, this is an adult channel, okay? Well, I mark this channel as not safe for kids in the YouTube settings, to be clear. It's why I speak freely. It's why we discuss murders, and it's why we use all language that's available in the human language. We don't censor ourselves here, okay? We speak openly and freely. Now comes David R. Hennessy, a man of a man, a man's man, a counsel for attorneys Baldwin and Rossi, and respectfully moves the court to stay all ancillary proceedings, in other words, the fucking contempt hearing, and get this damn case, to trial. In support of this request, counsel states the following. Current pending is a hearing. I'm telling you, I told you guys when I started the show I didn't feel too well. My tongue is twisted. Currently pending is a hearing on March 18. We know about that. On the defense motion to dismiss and the state's hope to punish defense counsel. Nice use of language there. The motion to dismiss directly affects the case. No shit. And the prospect of a trial. The state's request for the court to punish defense does not. Okay. I don't understand. I'm a little, I have some mental fog as well as a physical, feeling physically ill. I also have some mental fog, but here we go. I don't understand part 2, but we'll skip it. The state's request to punish defense counsel includes alleged acts and omissions over a year old. Yes. The state did nothing about its complaints until the day after the Indiana Supreme Court reinstated defense counsel. That means little Nicky McClellan and corrupt Judge Fran Gull were whining and colluding about what they would do if the Supreme Court placed attorneys Rossi and Baldwin back into the defense of Mr. Richard Allen. And they came up with a plan that should the attorneys be reinstated, remember Fig Solve stated getting defense kicked off was another win. The same Fig Solves who's colluding with Nick McClellan. Yes, that Fig Solved. That Fig Solves. Getting the defense kicked off was another win, and they thought it was a win. And Fran Gold thought it was a win, and Nick McClellan was shivering in a corner, trembling with a fear boner in that corner, hoping that the defense would not be reinstated because the 136-page Frank's memorandum strikes the fear of God deep into the heart of every single one of these motherfuckers. Okay, but what happened? But what happened instead? Okay, I'm gonna delete every one of you fucking trolls. Okay, you see, you assholes. All right. But what happened instead? Supreme Court said no, no, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. Baldwin and Rozzi back on the case. So what did Slick Nick and Fran Gold come up with? Okay, well, if that happens, you go ahead and you file contempt. Okay, so that's what this is all about. This isn't a further attempt to remove them again from this case. Why? Because the 136 pages would go away. Why is that important? Because the 136 pages is what strikes the fear of God into these people. And I guarantee you this, the filing yesterday strikes even more fear into the heart of these fuckers. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it indeed does. Problem now is they're not going to make yesterday's filing ever go away. Okay. So let's finish this. This one's almost done, guys. I'm apologizing. Get on my tangents. The contempt hearing has already required many hours of preparation. Will require many more. And the hearing will at least last one day and probably two. No, it will probably last a few days. Probably last a few days. This is just a distraction for everyone for preparation for a trial now 61 days away, now 60. There's also a disservice to the families. Okay. Since the prosecution delayed as long as it did before seeking contempt sanctions, clearly time is not of the essence. Yes, because it was never an issue until it was a backup plan to remove Baldwin and Rozzi. Why? Because they don't want a vigorous defense because they have a weak case and they're protecting the murderers of Abby and Libby. Why else? Because removing Baldwin and Rozzi, they believe, would remove the 136 pages, which is devastating. Okay? There is no reason to prioritize trial over the ancillary questions of contempt. Any such issues could be litigated and resolved after trial, no matter the outcome. Okay. This is almost over. I'm sorry it's taken so long. In short, the court and the attorneys need to get back to the critical issues and stop the diversionary filings. Yeah, and the YouTubers too. Because these YouTubers, they're thinking that they are going to influence public opinion and save their own asses for their part in the conspiracy to cover up the murders of these baby girls. And they have been caught. And not only them caught, they've been stung because what we exercised was a year-long sting on these assholes. And I described that to you yesterday. And they're a little scrambling right now. They're a little scrambling. All right, that's what's actually going on. They are scrambling because they are afraid, because they are caught. And I guarantee you, prosecutor is scrambling because he's afraid, because he's caught. All right. Now, I spoke with someone earlier today about the filing that Judge Gull has been sitting on, okay, because she hasn't wanted to allow this out yet because she knows what we do. She knows what we do. Okay, what we do, we break down. Oh, let me remove this. Come on. Ah, there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. As I swear, it's just so much going on that you would not understand the amount of activity. And so these past few days have just been something. Anyhow, earlier today, I spoke with someone who explained to me that there's a verified emoji. God, I can't speak today. There's a verified emergency motion for continuance. Okay. Um, Now this information right here is mind blowing as well. Okay, so all that I just read is kind of a nothing burger. I told you that it's mainly involving or revolving around the request for recusal of both, and I should add the appropriate recusal of both Gull and McClellan. So that's all those other five were. Okay, that's all those other five were. But I just wanted to cover them for the purposes of thoroughness. Okay, but earlier today, in speaking with someone very important, he said to me, Prof, there's a verified emergency motion for continuance that Gull is sitting on, and it's big. And so right now, what we're going to do is I want to read that with you. Now, I'm assuming that this will probably be hitting the airwaves very big. Okay, very big, because there are things in here. Okay, but but like I said, what's it continuously I've been indicating that we're looking at a tip of an iceberg, and that we will be seeing the FBI step in. Okay, because this is an extreme conspiracy. Uh, but um, but hey, I know that I'm always right when hindsight becomes 2020 in retrospect. So I am boldly stating again that FBI will be stepping in, but we'll find out in the future. Anyhow, let's get into this because I think you will appreciate this, and it's important, and this will be it's complex. Okay, so we have to take our time here. Let me. I got three computers open right now because I have to be looking at so much. But let's see. Okay, so what we're talking about here. Let's see. Comes now for counsel, for defense counsel, uh, and respectfully moves the court for an emergency continuance only of the March 18 contempt proceedings. In support of this request, counsel states the following. Now, remember, tip of the iceberg, okay? On March 1st, 2024, counsel took depositions of the first Sergeant Holman, Doughboy, Jerry Doughboy Holman, at which time it was learned that there were recorded interviews that had not been provided to the prosecutor or counsel. It was also learned that the attachments to First Sergeant Holman's report had not been provided to the prosecutor or counsel. McClellan promised to get them. On March 11th, okay, March 11th, it's 2 days ago, counsel first received the recorded interviews of Tauhara Einhenfeld. Now, who is that? Put it in the chat if you know who that is. Okay, this is Troll Farm. Who is that? It's Troll Farm. Somebody put it in the chat. Who is Tahara? It's Troll Farm. Okay, she's Troll Farm. She colludes with Meerkat, Aspen, Bossy, Greeno, and the other Troll Farm on a regular basis. This is a Troll Farm. It's Bella. Okay, so we got Bella, Robert Fortson, Rick Snay, Murder Sheet, Mark Robert Cohen, and Kyra D. fucking Bruin, another Troll Farm. Let's go back through that. Bella, Fortson, Snay, Murder Sheet, Mark Robert Cohen, Kyra DeBruin, Troll Farm. Okay? On March 11, counsel first received the recorded interviews of Troll Farm, as well as the omitted attachments from Holman. Oh yeah, shit's getting rich, isn't it? Due to the other obligations, counsel was first able to listen to the recorded interviews. I apologize. God, I'm not feeling well. Of Bella, Fortson, Snay, and Murder Sheet, Mark Robert Cohen, and Kyra DeBruin. The morning of March 13, that's this morning, okay? The recorded interviews contain a wealth of information that beg independent investigation of the source of various photographs that were posted on the internet and traded on the internet between people. Between the Troll Farm. Additionally, had counsel had the omitted materials prior to the first Sergeant Holman, Doughboy Holman's deposition, he would have asked many more questions which need to be asked for proper investigation and preparation and representation. Now listen up. This morning, defense read the listened to Troll Farm interviews. Bella, Kyra DeBruin, Rick Snay, Murder Sheet, Mark Cohen, Robert Fortson. Oh, has Prof been telling the truth the whole fucking time? But I'm the one who's gaslit and called crazy. The recorded interviews of Bella revealed that she recognized that Libby's sweatshirt was on Abby. She had confirmed that she received photos from Tyler Carpenter, Reg fucking Dunlap, and there was some connection from George Nye, Ruckus fucking Rocks, a former deputy. This was the first counsel had heard of these people because the Troll Farm has been hiding very well and gaslighting very well this whole time, calling me crazy, attacking me and my child, calling my employers and former employers and my customers. They went onto the websites of my book and my music productions. Oh yeah, Troll Farm. She also confirmed, and this is Bella, that she had corresponded with Slick Nick McClelland. She also indicated that she had been part of a small Facebook group, Reddit group, and YouTube channel. That's what I mean about all of this shit took place in the fucking private Discords, the YouTube, the Reddit groups, and private text messages. I've been telling you this. No one listened because I was crazy, right? As well as a public Discord server with private chats. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Remember, Reg Dunlop nuked his fucking Discord. George deleted a lot of his Discord and blocked everyone out of it. Remember, Gary Bodette just destroyed his community page. Remember, I was telling you days ago, all of it took place in these places, but I'm crazy. She also identified other persons possibly involved in the dissemination of the photographs and named Paul Manion, which is another name counsel had never heard. Lastly, she agreed to provide screenshots to First Sergeant Doughboy Holman, and they agreed to do that later. Counsel has not received any screenshots and first learned of their existence when listening to that recording this morning. All right. Let's get back to it. During the interview, oops. Okay, I'm trying here, guys. Give me a break. I'm dizzy right now. Okay. During the interview with Robert Fortson, poor guy, rest in peace, he invoked his right to counsel more than a half a dozen times, and First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman acknowledged that he had a Fourth Amendment right to counsel, even though that is the wrong amendment. What the Oh my God, just let me go to bed. I can't deal with these clowns. First Sergeant Holman referred to a guy from Texas, Mark Robert Cohen, who we now know is Mark Robert Cohen, and a Kay Smith. Oh, yeah, you know that bitch. You know Kay? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. She's been trying her shit for years, which was a name counsel had never been made aware of in preparing for contempt proceedings. There's no indication that Miss Smith was ever interviewed by First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman. First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman told Mr. Fortson that the judge isn't very happy, and he could be charged with contempt of court. He also told him that if he didn't give a statement, that would be obstruction of justice and possibly contempt of court. When Mr. Fortson indicated to First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman that he was not comfortable speaking with him until he was able to speak consultation, First Sergeant Holman told him if he didn't, I'm sorry, guys, cooperate and delete whatever that he had. If he called the judge and told her he's not willing to cooperate, I'm going to make a phone call and see if she wants to issue that order or not. This is when First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman also referred or referenced that Mr. Fortson could be charged with obstruction of justice and contempt. First Sergeant Holman then said, "Let me call the judge real quick and we'll go from there." He then left the room for several minutes. He then returned and told Mr. Fortson that he had talked to the prosecutor, and if he was not willing to turn over any pictures or information, basically there would be consequences. First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman also said that the judge had said, if they have photographs, get them and get information about where they got them. First Sergeant Holman then told Mr. Fortson his lack of cooperation was going to ruin Richard Allen's rights to a fair trial and going to really mess some things up for him. Then said, "Doesn't bother me any because it's all bullshit in my opinion." First Sergeant Holman also told Mr. Fortson that this was some serious shit and that the judge is adamant that he get the photos out of circulation. Mr. Fortson then confirmed that he didn't have anything like that. Oh my gosh. At all. No, I'm sorry. In his possession. And that there was nothing for him to delete or anything like that at all. Rick Snay was interviewed by telephone. Rick fucking Snay. Smack dab in the middle of all of this shit. Denying it for now what? 5 months? Mr. Snay indicated that he had received 4 photos from Kyra de Bruin. Kyra de fucking Bruin, troll farm, who has attacked, harassed, and threatened me and Mr. Noe Amos for 5 months now. Yes, that Kyra de Bruin. Mr. Snay also indicated that he had heard that other people pardon me, guys, I'm about to faint, literally, had received photos from Mark Robert Cohen and Kay fucking Smith. Mr. Snay indicated that he'd gotten the photographs Thursday, but no date was provided in his interview. First Sergeant Holman told Mr. Snay that the judge was very adamant that if any got released by anybody, she was going to issue contempt of court. March 13, 2024, that's this morning, was the first time counsel heard the name Kyra de Bruin. Well, guess what? Prof and Noe Amos has been hearing that goddamn name for 5 months now, and we're furious. Okay, and hopefully I don't fucking pass out right now. Okay, all right, let me get it. God have mercy. We're almost through it, guys. I apologize. Here we go. In the interview with Kyra De Bruin, she indicated that her source was through Reddit from a lordless warrior. Who is that? Mark Robert Cohen, who she believed was Ron something. Mark Robert Cohen, also known as Ron Logan. First Sergeant Holman. Okay, we're getting there. Is this sexy shit or what? This shit is sexy. Oh, we've been waiting for this. All right. Almost there, guys. I know I'm failing at getting this done without stopping. All right. First Sergeant. Okay, I said that already. Here we go. So we need. God have mercy. Come on. Phone freezing up. I'm trying my hardest. All right. Kyra de fucking Bruin. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Asked if she could, if it could be Robert Fortson, and she indicated that sounded familiar. Oh, she fucking knew who it was. She knew that lordless warrior. Wait, hold on. Am I fucking up? Because I'm so sick. Lordless warrior. Robert Fortson. Robert Fortson is lordless warrior. I messed up. I said Mark Robert Cohen. Mark Robert Cohen was Dread Pirate Roberts or something like that. Okay, so she never identified Fortson. However, whether Lordless Warrior was Fortson, Mrs. De Bruin indicated that person had deleted an entire conversation. Of course, because Fortson went in. Okay, I have to delete another douchebag troll, getting you out of here. Okay, Fortson. Fortson asked and begged Cohen to delete everything. Remember? Well, he deleted the entire conversation, but First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman told Mr. Bruin that the judge was pretty upset and had said if they do get shared, she was going to issue warrants for contempt of court. Well, of course, because she also said that in the emails between the attorneys, remember? Counsel has been provided no information identifying Lordless Warrior as Robert Fortson. The true identity of Lordless Warrior needs to be investigated. Yes, but we know it's Robert Fortson. Okay, we've known that for months. All right. Number 8. Mark Robert Cohen in his interviews indicated his source was Robert Fortson and that Fortson had told him to delete everything, and he did. He begged. Remember, I've posted the screenshots of him begging Mark Robert Cohen to delete everything and begging him to pick up his phone calls the day before his death. Mr. Cohen had the impression that Mr. Fortson was an attorney. Mr. Cohen also indicated that Mr. Fortson had made a $500 donation to his daughter's Make-A-Wish Foundation fund, which First Sergeant Doughboy Holman then referred to as the GoFundMe. Yeah, remember the GoFundMe we were screaming from the rooftops about in October, November, December, January, and no one listened. They gaslit us. Tommy Frost said, "How dare they go after a baby girl?" The donation was done before and was unrelated to any conversation about or receipt of any photograph. First Sergeant Holman told Mr. Cohen that the judge had told the prosecutor, okay, oh God. who had told him that if anybody doesn't produce these or isn't willing to delete or give it up, she's going to issue order for contempt of court, and whoever released them will get charged with contempt of court. Yes, because she also said that in all the emails between the attorneys. Remember that from that time? Pardon me. I'm not feeling well. Pardon the belch. Murder Sheet of the Murder Sheet podcast were interviewed. Oh, you don't say. They provided printed copies of photographs to First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman. They identified their source as Mark Robert Cohen. We've been saying that for 6 months. But they only had 7 photographs, while the prosecution has alleged that 9 photographs were disseminated. They did reference a cursor on the photograph of a close-up of Abby's head, which is curious, and believes the theory that belies the theory that they were photographs of photographs. Yes, we've also revealed that in October. We told you there were 2 sets of photographs. One was taken from a computer screen. One set was taken on a tabletop. Okay? They did reference a cursor. Okay, yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Murder Sheet indicated a close-up of the head was to document something in her hair, which was supposed to be antlers or horns. Yeah, the sticks placed as such. Okay. We're almost through this, guys. At the end of the interview, Mr. and Mrs. Murder Sheet told First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman that they would provide him 100 plus fucking screenshots. Counsel has not received any screenshots that were provided to Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman. Number 11, had interviews been timely provided to the court, counsel would have had many, many more questions for First Sergeant Jerry Doughboy Holman during his deposition recently, and would have engaged in additional investigations such as the people never before known, alternative sources of photographs, and the true identity of Lordless Warrior, who, yes, is Robert Fortson. Rest in peace, Mr. Fortson. We are sorry that you murked yourself because Jerry Doughboy Holman threatened to have you arrested. On March 13, 2024, Mr. McClellan indicated he would try to get screenshots if they exist when he had time. This is nice, but not helpful. Yeah, you see the delaying and the gaslighting? Okay, you see those delaying and gaslighting tactics? Okay, we're getting there. There we go. I will be providing this PDF to you guys just momentarily. First Sergeant Holman seems to believe if there are recordings or documents or people he doesn't consider important to his theory, they do not need to be provided. At this point, there is no time to accomplish those tasks fully, fairly, and completely and competently represent defense counsel on March 18 because it's just days away. All trolls will be blocked permanently. It should be noted that this request applies only to contempt proceedings and would not cause any delay in any other hearing scheduled the same day or the trial. Remember, this is not about delaying the trial. This is about saying, fuck that contempt hearing. We know that all these fuckers are guilty. It's not Baldwin and Rozzi. And we can deal with this shit after trial. Let's get our ass to trial. Because all of these fuckers are the reason we did not go to trial at the beginning of the year. They are the reason. We've been screaming it from the rooftops, and not a single fucking person involved in this group has stepped forth and acknowledged it. And I have constantly reprimanded this group and said, how dare you, when there is a young girl who will grow up without a father because of your actions. And they've taken zero accountability. That's right, zero. Who's wrong now? Who's wrong? Who's right? Yes, it is about me. You know why it's about me, troll? Because I've been telling you the truth this whole time. My life has been threatened. My child's life has been threatened. And we've had to put up with it. You've almost taken my channel down. You've destroyed any income I earned from this channel. You've caused me extreme emotional distress and anxiety. You've publicly shamed and humiliated me. You've destroyed my music business. Oh, but it was funny, wasn't it? It was funny. Wasn't it funny? It was funny, wasn't it? What's funny now? What's so funny now? Don't worry, guys. I'll throw this up on the screen. I just wanted to cover it before. I can't read anymore. Okay, focusing on reading it, not showing it to you. Hold on. All right. Lastly, undersigned counsel learned on March 13, 2024, that's this morning, that his favorite aunt has passed away on March 12th, yesterday. He does not know the service arrangements at this time. Well, that's very unfortunate, and I'm sorry to hear that. It should be noted that this request applies only to contempt proceedings and would not cause any delay whatsoever in any other hearings scheduled the same day or the trial. Okay, we're almost there, baby. This is the end. In Ramirez versus State, Indiana Supreme Court on transfer reversed the denial of a continuance by this very court when counsel specifically identified the late discovery of interviews and new allegations and the effect upon the counsel's theory. All right, so let me get this on the screen for you guys because I love you so much. Let's see. All right, somehow I made it through, guys. I don't know what's, I told you I've been struggling on antibiotics. And so it's been a little bit of a challenge to feel well every day. Okay. And preparation, let me just read that again. Ramirez versus State, 2022, in the Indiana Supreme Court on transfer reversed the denial of a continuance by this very fucking court when the counsel specifically identified the late discovery of interviews and new allegations, the effect upon the counsel's theory and preparation, and what counsel needed to do to further due to the late discovery. That's exactly this case. Okay, so what they're saying is we've got all of this that I just read to you, late discovery. Got it? You got that? All right. So yeah. So why do I feel vindicated? Well, not just because of yesterday's thoroughly mind-blowing disclosures in the many, many pages that we read, okay? But now today's equally, I would say, how would I term these? These are like validating facts, okay, for what I have been claiming for almost a year, and for specifically in this case, in this instance, what I just read, for 5 months, because since these leaks, we immediately got onto the facts, and we've been telling you. Vindicated is the word. Yes, this is very vindicating, because I have been telling, go look at my community page. Go look at my community page. I've been telling you for 5 months exactly this exact group and where it happened, how it happened, who was responsible. This group has been gang stalking us physically and online. What do I mean by that, Prof? I mean, this group has physically stalked us in person and has been cyber stalking us online. And yet, they try to make us look, what they do, they victim blame, and they play victim. It's Darvo. They tried to make us look crazy. Okay. But let me get this up on the screen for you guys. Just one moment. I apologize. I'm trying. Okay, let me see. Get it up there. All right. Let's do this. All right. Let's get it. I'm sorry, I feel shitty. I must look terrible. God, I don't like looking. I don't like looking all peaked and pale and shit. All right. So here's what I'll do for you guys. I'm gonna remove my ugly mug from this screen, so you can screenshot it. Okay, perfectly. So here's what I'll do. I'll take myself off the screen so it will blow up a bit. I'll let you screenshot each page. I'll give you about 5 seconds per page. Screenshot it to death, and then I'll come back and we'll do a talk with the chat. Won't that be fun? It's chat time, baby. I told you we were doing a short show today. Well, hey, it never works out, does it? So give me one moment. I'll get my ass off, get some water, let you screenshot the hell out of this, and then we'll do our discussion with the chat. It'll be wonderful. Okay, just a moment. Oh, wrong one. Oh gosh, here we go. Okay, are we back? Let me know if you hear me okay. I may just have needed like water. I'm feeling a little better. Pardon me. Yes, we are live, baby. We are live, snarky ass angel. All right, so guys, here's the deal. I'm gonna do the chat on a kind of a quicker fashion than usual because I am tired and we're already 2.5 hours in. So we'll go back a little into the chat, and then we'll get out of here and we'll meet again tomorrow for another wonderful meeting. I just love you guys so much. I know I continuously repeat it and say it, but I mean it because you know. This is becoming a community. Some of you have been here over a year. Some of you have been here over a year, day in, day out. All right. All right, so let's back up a little. Let me see who we got here. I'm going to back it up a little, but not too far, okay? All right. Let me start with my babe, Diamond Eyes. Okay, I don't know how far. I would like to go back further. I'd like to go back further, but anyway, we'll go back to Diamond Eyes here. Please hit the like while you're here. Do me an honor, please, and just hit the like and check out the backup channel. Go subscribe. And hey, it's great. Let's see. Diamond Eyes says she's trying to take care of me. Prof, you should stop and rest. You're pushing yourself too hard. No, it's just I've been dealing with an illness ever since. It's the most odd thing. It's karma, really, because ever since I stepped foot in Delphi, I got sick. I got sick in Indiana, and I still haven't shaken it. Okay. I don't know what Louise is saying. I don't know who part in this. I know fuck off Frank supposedly cleared Kyla early on in his pathetic inverse investigation. Well, like I told you about Frank, what Frank did, he was paid. Frank has covered the ass of everyone involved. How did he do it? Disinformation. He took elements of facts that he knew were inevitable that people would find, like the name Mark Robert Cohen, like the name Ruckus Rocks. Okay. He took those elements of fact and he twisted them up into all kind of convoluted distractions, and then he put out a narrative that was completely bullshit and filled with disinformation for the intent and purpose of disinformation, so that no one would ever figure out what happened. Okay, but I just gave you the document there. You just read what happened. Mm-hmm. Okay. Digital says, even 5-year-olds know how to delete everything is the adult equivalent of hide and seek. Eventually, we're going to either be found out or have to crawl from under the bed. Yes, not only that, sweetie. Everything is apt to being subpoenaed. Nothing disappears. So all that Discord shit they pulled, all the Facebook Messenger shit they pulled, all of the Reddit shit, all of the shit they have pulled. We know a lot of it, but there's some of it we don't know yet. But it's all potentially open to being subpoenaed, and therefore I continuously tell them, stop committing crimes on the internet against us and against the victims of Delphi murders, because all of your crimes will be tracked back to you and you're all going to prison. But I am crazy. Jerry Holman. Gee, that bastard is everywhere. Sleuthy Goosey says, under the authority given to him by Gull, which he had no authority to do. Well, that's another fact. As far as the, yeah. We'll discuss that later. Sleuthy, you're so brilliant. There are elements of there are legal questions here about the gag order and also about her, what Sleuthy is referring to here. And I've discussed it with attorneys. I've not mentioned it much on the show yet because that's further down the road. But yeah, we'll get to that. I can practically hear the BBB team now. The police are allowed to lie. Holman did nothing wrong. Yeah, well, they're going to continue to say that, but they were all in it. Okay. Okay. We have a troll who's coming in here to try to make a smartass comment. I'm deleting that. Yeah, that letter was obviously not written by me. That was a letter written by Dr. King. a long time ago, and I just I utilized it for rhetorical purposes. Okay. Aaron Town, wonderful Aaron Town also says the sheer amount of trolling going on right here, right now, should send messages out loud and clear. Criminals are so desperate to hide the truth about their crimes. Yes, and they're done. I told you guys, it's all done. It's all done. These cops and the rest of them are so corrupt. Yes, but Ruckus Rocks will say, yeah, there's no corruption in law enforcement. A unsolved crime says, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, Prof. Well, thank you for your compassion and your thoughts. Okay, Ronnie Reed says, Prof, it has been a hard road, but you will be vindicated. Have faith. You're on the upturn. The world is watching, and they are fucked by their own actions. I kept warning them. I was trying to warn them the whole time. I mean, have you guys not seen me warning them for a year? I've been telling them to stop what they're doing. Thanks for powering through, Prof. But I wonder how Thomas Frost ended up not having his name in these documents so far, yet. Bob Mata doesn't call people names. He wouldn't call the judge a cunt. Well, that's why I am not Bob Mata, and fuck you. I mean, I told you this is an adult show. I can say what I want, and I do say what I want. Hey, welcome in, Marcel. Round of applause for my buddy Marcel. Marcel is an excellent friend to the channel. He always comes through, and he's always given encouraging words, as opposed to the troll farm. All right, Diamond Eyes. Those idiots are already screwed, and they don't even realize it. Ellie cannot protect him from Hennessy. No, and Hennessy's got the iron lead pipe. Remember me? He's a man's man. All right. Luna Ray, the beautiful local name Luna Ray, says, you are vindicated. Well, we are all are. And you should stand tall because you have been a rock. Well, thank you, because I have confidence. Look, babe, I've been through I've lived a life. I'm 47 years old. I've lived a long life. I've been through some shit. I survived Hurricane Katrina. I lost almost all my neighbors in my neighborhood, literally. I've lost almost all my neighbors in my neighborhood. I've been through a lot. Lost my home, lost every photograph I've ever owned. Been through a lot. You brought us together, and we love and appreciate you. Well, thank you. Well, hello, Peace is in the house. Welcome in again, Peace. Still can't read. Rebecca Ann says they're losing it and they know it. They know it. The truth is finally coming out. I told you. Ginger, honey, and a splash of lemon. Well, guess what, sweetie? I got that in the house, so it's on. I will take that advice before bed tonight. Rebecca, thank you. And I know you're right. That's why it's in the house. Prof, let's chat tomorrow. You've gone over docs good enough for tonight. Get some rest. Well, yeah. Well, hey, here's a good thing. You're now completely caught up to date with the defense filings, right? Because yesterday we covered the big drop, and today we covered the 5 from yesterday that we failed to cover, and we covered the brand new drop that hasn't even dropped yet. And so hey, man, we are all caught up right now, and I think that any of the listeners who have not been caught up, you can direct people to listen to yesterday's show and today's show, and they will be 100% caught up on what is actually contained and what this information means. And like I titled the show yesterday, it's a break in the dam. The game's over. And today, the title of the show is Additional Defense Filings and the Troll Farm Reactions. And so I think, I'm titling them pretty appropriately. You need rest, sleep, keep on the antibiotics, lots of fluids. It will still be here when you come back in a few days. I'll be here to support you. Well, thank you, Ronnie, for being nice. You came through, Sleuthy Goosey. How nice. I don't know what you're referring through, but I love my Sleuthy. This has been grueling, but tough to get through. The tough get tougher. All right. They are really seething. Yeah, you know how it is, Diamond Eyes. They're upset that they are caught, but I told you it was a long road to get them caught. It took us a year. It took about a year to catch them. And regarding these leaks, it took us the 5 months. It really did. It took quite a bit of work to get these leaks figured out. Where are we? Sound is good. Thank you. That must have been when I just jumped back on. Okay, thank you. Aaron Town says, Snarky Angel, I think he finally started. So much needed rest. He just left us the opportunity to finish our chat as normal. All right. Hey, Soul. What is this? Soul Faring? Super chat. Thank you, Soul Faring. I'm very unfamiliar with all of this. What I used to ignore is as drama. Clearly, it's more nefarious than just egomaniac YouTuber drama. Sorry you've been dealing with so much crap. Well, first of all, Soul Faring, let me give you, this is my favorite sound on the internet. Okay, so I always do this for super chats. Here we go. My favorite YouTuber, ACB, and I, we love that sound, and so I always do it for super chat. But yeah, I mean, the point you're hitting on, it's just really difficult because you got to understand the wherewithal it took to keep going when everyone's shaming you for just doing drama, and the thing is, it's like you're alluding to here. It is more nefarious than just egomaniac YouTuber drama, and that's what we were trying to get at, that we're not just talking about Rick Snay being pompous, or we're not really talking about all these others being, and like Murder Sheik being patronizing and pedantic and all this shit. We're not just talking about that. We're talking about these are the ones who were actually responsible. You have a dead man in their wake, and no one stood up about it, okay? And we were trying to show you and scream it from the rooftops, and all we got in return was stop the drama. We don't want to hear the drama. Just grow up and all of this. And thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, thank you. I can relate. I was there in 2018 and an attempted ambush took place. Never the same since. Hey, look, Noe Amos in the building. Round of applause for my bud Noe. My big bud Noe. He's been standing up for us. Okay. Noe and I have stood up together. Why? Because Noe has a heart. Why? Because Noe has a brain. Why? Because Noe and I have gotten to the bottom of this completely. So together we have been standing up and speaking out against it for this whole time. And what have we got in return? Troll farm. Hey, there's Mike Cunningham. Hey, Mike Cunningham in the house. Yeah, exactly. Pro hackers. Pro hackers. Pro hackers. Pro hackers. I am exhausted. I mean, dude. Okay, at venue 3 says, soldering, please help us other to see that. We are not trying to start drama, but we have no choice but to fight fire with fire. Well, there you go. No, I get what you're saying. You talk about soul. You were talking about soul faring. Soul faring. Pardon me for the belching. It's the, I'm not feeling well. Definitely pro hacker. So dude, I don't allege anything that I don't know to be factual, okay? Because I always want to be right in retrospect. I'm telling you, professional hackers have hacked all of us. They have hacked attorneys. They have hacked law enforcement. And they have gang stalked us on the internet and in person. Key term here. All right, baby. Sleuthy Goosey says, everyone who will say that are folks implicated in the leak. Well, there you go. They've been shifting around this inevitable fact for a while. And he's just a mediocre level hacker. All right. Who was directly responsible for the original leak? Well, the original leak goes back to December of 2022. And that is not in this court system yet. But trust, that will be coming. Oh, the beautiful Meow Meow says, came here from Copfax after I was looking into Snapchats. He suggested you for more info. Lurking since, but drama kept me off chat. You're all stronger than me. Thanks for fighting for the truth. Hey, Meow, I want to give you just for that, I want to give you a party. Yeah, Copfax is a buddy of mine, and Copfax and I independently sought out two experts in Photoshop, and both of our experts confirmed each other's conclusions, and that's what befriended us in the first place. And so I made a video quite a while back. It's in the video section, and it's specifically around the Abby Snapchat, in which I give you the professionals. So what I did is my Photoshop expert gave a verbatim quotation of her opinion on the photoshopping of the Abby photo. This expert was a 30-year veteran uh, contractor for the Canadian military, graphic designer and Photoshop expert. I verbatim placed her quotations and her opinion and the evidence that she found into the video so that all of you on YouTube could critique her professional opinion of the photoshopping of the Abby photo. And what did I get for it? I got trolled, gang stalked, harassed, threatened to take my child away with CPS and all the 9 yards. But I also got Mr. Perry Freeman to give me a phone call and start a really wonderful discussion about this case. And coincidentally or not, Mr. Freeman also thoroughly educated me on the concept of the fruit of the poisonous tree. And he said, Prof, this PCA will never stand. He said, have you heard the fruit of the poisonous tree? And then he went on to educate me about what he meant by that, and what that are the implications of the fruit of the poisonous tree from a shoddy PCA. And he said, Prof, at the end of this, it's all going to crumble because fruit of the poisonous tree. And so I am so glad that you found me from Copfax, because he's a bud. So thank you, Meow Meow. How do you help? Oh, just be part of our community. So Faring, be part of our community. We appreciate it. On this channel for the community in the chat primarily. I'm the talking head, but everyone in the chat makes the channel go. And Christopher Winston Long, son of police commissioner of Carmel, Indiana for 30 years, Mr. Winston Long. Yes, he's a primary stalker and troll farm organizer. So much corruption, you can't miss the evidence. I took care of a few patients from that disaster. Well, thank you, and God bless you, Luna Ray. I lost many of my neighbors, and I lost my life basically because my job disappeared, my family disappeared, everything. You got to understand what a disaster like that did to that community. It totally destroyed the community because it forced the community. It was like a nuclear bomb hitting the community, except you had a few survivors, and everyone dispersed across the nation. I dispersed quite a long distance away, and all of the relationships were severed. A lot of lives were lost, and all the material possessions. I lost everything except what I had brought in the trunk of my car when I evacuated. So, that means I lost every piece of music I ever wrote, every photograph of my childhood, of everything, every keepsake I had, my grandparents, and etc. I just lost everything. And that was 2005. And then I lost my brother months later in 2006. I just asked Frothy this morning when we could expect his letter. Well, he can't write. That's his problem. All right. Yes, but I want to move on. This is really draining. Yeah, we all want to move on. I said that many times. Do you think we want to be talking about this shit on the internet? Come on, guys. I told a sweetie girl of mine this morning, I said, look, I'm tired of this. I'm done. I want this to be over, because this is the last thing I want to do, is be talking about this. You've done an excellent job reading everything to us so we don't get a headache. Well, I get the headaches. Trying to parse the data out of this filing for people to digest a little better. Oh, yeah, baby. Hey, tomorrow will be a good time to start shit posting, Sleuthy. Start your shit posting. Hey, Freckle Joy is in here saying hello to Noe, and Noe saying hello to Allie. All my people talking to each other. Thank you so much. Thanks for loving each other in here. Are you guys still here? I just ran a call. Whoa, what how was it, Freckle? I know that you have anxiety and trauma from all the good that you do. Freckle Joy helps out people every day in real life. We need to stick together and call them out on every platform in any way we can. Yeah, exactly. Noe has helped, and Noe is amazing. And the way they do Noe, not only is it racist, but it's gaslighting. Okay, they treat Noe like he's just nothing, and Noe is an honorable and a very brilliant guy. Someone keeps trying to get in face. Oh, they're trying to hack us all. They even tried hacking. Well, I'm not gonna. They tried hacking one of the attorneys a couple days ago. Everyone that'll say Holman was allowed to lie or folks implicated in the leak. Yeah, you mean George Nye? The irony of channels that say they don't tolerate victim blaming their peers for their own abuse is just not all surprising, actually. We have a long way to go. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're almost here. Oh, thanks for the party horn. It's my favorite sound. Right. There must be another one, but I remember him in a video. Yeah, I watched them all, then did it myself. I couldn't ignore it and was ashamed I never looked into the photos. Yeah, and remember in the filing, right? Remember in this filing we read yesterday, this earth-shattering filing, groundbreaking filing. It's now demanding to have information about the photos that have always been taken as fact, but that we have questioned for more than a year and said it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. The lying witnesses, the Snapchat, the photos, it's all bullshit. The time, the place, the clothing, the family, it's all bullshit. We've said from day one. Hey, sweet dude Shibby in the house. I'm gonna give you one just for showing up, brother. Let's get that going. Come on. Oh, here we go. There you go, Shibby. That's for you. And that's for Joe Lewis, too. Where the hell is Joe? Hopefully he's sleeping. All right. I don't know why. I don't know why it's slow. It appeared that there was a little glitch there. I'm not sure. My computer's tired, like I am. Snarky says, "Thank you for your efforts in bringing justice." Thank you. Richard Plunkett says, "Sleuty Goosey, unfortunately, he was allowed to lie and it ended up with someone's death." Yeah, yeah. He basically intimidated Fortune to death, literally. Lisa says, hey, Amy. Why am I glitching? All right. Christy B says, "I'm super late, gonna rewatch, but want to how grateful I am for people who speak up because this is disgusting and nuts. I knew something stunk, but this is unbelievable. I told you. It's the YouTubers, it's the dirty fucking YouTubers and the corrupt law enforcement who have been hiding the murders and covering up the murders of these girls for all this time. And it's fucking sad." Okay. Unsolved Crimes Uncovered says, "Love Kopfax, he's wonderful." He's also a handsome devil, isn't he? Handsome devil. Freckled says, "Chris Long is related to Kenneth Taylor." Just a moment. All right, I apologize. Yeah, interesting to know about that Snapchat shit, right? Interesting. I'm sorry, there's so much going on. I'm trying to catch up with the chat, but okay. Now let's see. I'm gonna catch up. Where are we? Oh, damn it! It just glitched on me again, so I lost my spot. I lost my place. Okay, here we go. Bobby Smith says, "What I've heard, the FBI may have to take over." That's what I was trying to say. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to happen soon, sooner than later. You'll see. Is there an investigation around someone in Carmel, Indiana? You mean Christopher Long, also known as Indie Archives? He's a primary stalker, harasser. Okay, Christopher Long is Indie Archives, YouTube channel centered around Delphi. He's primary stalker, harasser, and coordinator of the troll farm. And if you don't know that, you'll find out. Lisa says, "Good night, Prof. I'm out of here." Yeah, we're almost out of here too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sleuthy Goosey. All right, yes, it is. They all have orchards in order to collect the rewards. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You mean they all have their platforms like Discord and their Facebook groups and all the places where they did all their evil. And guess what? We caught them all. Joey's getting doxxed by a little faggot Frankie. Oh, pardon my language. Yeah, yeah. Well, he doxed me. That's his game, okay? Because he's hired. Now, who hired him? Who is he working for? I liked it. If you're not feeling good, get some rest and drink plenty of waters. Antibiotics dehydrate you. That's probably why I'm feeling a little faint. I probably am just dehydrated. He is handsome. He's a handsome devil, isn't he? And he was actually a cop. That's one guy who was actually law enforcement. All right. Well, I need to go. I'll see if I can make some more lives here, though I have a couple more that I like to watch live. Well, thanks, Richard Plunkett. Hey, ACV in the house. Hey, my brother ACV in the house. Round of applause. Thought I had missed. No, you didn't miss, and you probably want to watch the replay immediately, ACV. Back it up. Back it up, ACV. You're going to love it. All right. When I first saw Cop Facts, I thought he was Clint Eastwood. Well, that's what everyone says. Did we talk about how Fig's channel was removed? Criminality said that Ellie never used the Abby Snapchat, only used the empty bridge photo. Yes. Just listen tonight. Great to see you here. Prayers to you and your crew who are diligently working on the truth. Always. Anyways, another great cover tonight. See you next time and have a good night. Good night, Ellen West. Pardon me. Luna, you need to say a young Clint Eastwood or he'll get grumpy. Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's Laura, my babe there. The Laura, a young Clint Beastwood. Oh my, you guys are something else. You are something else. Yeah, back that ass up. Back it, back it, back it, back it, back that ass up. That's what you need to do, ACB. You're gonna, your mind's gonna literally blow. Okay. Honestly, I think Clint Eastwood is handsome now as he ever was. Yeah, me too. I mean, that guy. How do these guys get away with being so damn handsome? All right, I think we've caught up with the chat. What a major accomplishment. Okay, what a major accomplishment. All right. Okay, venue 3. Drop it low, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, low, low, low. I mean, do you guys know that guy, what's his name? The funniest movie you'll ever see, swear to God, is Zoo, the one with Zoo, where he's a zookeeper. Kevin James, zookeeper. What's the name of the movie where he's the zookeeper? Come on, help me out here. Where Kevin James is the zookeeper? Put the movie in the chat because I can't remember. My brain's too full of other shit. But I just love that movie. But they play a little of that song in there, And there's the gorilla. I mean, it's an amazing, funny movie. Chris Long is also Delphi Strong, Delphi Dummies, Vicaria Vigilante, YouTube Plug, and Ashley Schaefer, plus hundreds of YouTube accounts. Yes, he's the primary agitator of the troll farm, according to both Tyler Carpenter and our lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, brilliant Meow. Okay. Pertaining to Fig's tentacles, did you know Peru is the clown capital of the world? Wonder where he got his plot. Fig actually trolled McClelland. The defense thanks you for your service. Boom. Thank you so much. Can I request outro music today? I think Two Phones by Kevin Gates would be nice to hear. I got two phones. One for the young, one for the plug, one for the load. I got two phones, one for the betches, one for the dough line bumping. I'm ringing, counting money while they ringing. ACV, you never cease to amaze me, sir. You are an incredible commentator, and I just want to thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I got a special surprise for you guys, okay? Special little surprise. Oh, wait, let's see. All right. Nothing says later. Okay. All right. Now listen up. Here's what we'll do. I got a special surprise for you guys. Oh, God. We're going to do our outro as usual, but our outro, I'm going to set up a video on the way out. So as the video plays, it'll be your time to get out of here, but it's going to take me a moment to get this thing pardon. It's going to take me a little moment to get this thing set up for you because I was not prepared in advance. But it'll only be a moment. Here we go. Get this set up for you guys, and then we'll be out of here. It's only be about 5 minutes, okay? So we'll be out of here. So we're gonna say, oh my gosh, come on. Got a little video for you. This will be our outro today, as opposed to how I usually do it, but it's always interesting to have something different, isn't it? Let's see, I'll get this set up. Because it's important we know who we're dealing with. These people have hidden behind their fake accounts for so long and gotten away with all kinds of crimes. So let's see. We'll get this set up for you. Mr. Prof is tired tonight. All right, we're going to set this up for the outro. Okay, good night, Freckle Joe. I see you have another call. My computer is just lagging here, but we'll get this set up. Let's see. What the hell was that sound? All right, where is it? There we go. No. Oh my God. Come on, baby. All right, there we go. Oh man. It's been a long show. All right, I think we got it now. Let's see. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, your call was canceled? Great, great. All right, let's see. So what's going on here? All right, let's try it again. Boy, is this dead air or what? Tell you what. So I don't like doing things on the fly like this. All right. It didn't work. Okay, there we go. Now it's going. Let's try this again. While I'm doing that, let me just let everyone know that I'd please love if you go subscribe to the backup channel. It would thrill me. Please subscribe to the backup channel. And hey, we got a lot of support pathways, including I have art for sale, I have merch for sale, I have the memberships, okay, and and any other way you could support with the likes, watching the old content, sharing with your friends, subscribing to both channels. Any way you love to support, we'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to maintain uh, the fortitude and the energy and excitement to continue moving forward. But I do appreciate the greatest way that you assist this channel is by participating in the chat. And those of you who come in regularly, I really appreciate that. It's so amazing to see this little community that's grown out of nothing. And you come in and regularly participate in each other's lives in this way, and it's beautiful. All right. Oh yeah, Diamond Eyes says, see the post that ends with the Robert Fortune tribute. It is called. If you guys want to see, it's another thing. If you guys really want to see some of the chaos that this group has been causing and the dynamics of it, go and watch the video that Diamond Eyes is referring to. It's called "I See Monkeys, but It's Not a Circus." Okay, I have hundreds of screenshots in there from this group. Okay, all right. Anyway, and at the end, we visit Mr. Fortune's gravesite. Okay. Yeah, it's been a great stream. Hey, Radar's coming in the house. Round of applause for Radar. All right. Mike Cunningham says, in my opinion, people who begged for crime scene photos until they got them are special scumbags without a soul. Well, hey, they're all named in the document. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy that document. All right, so let me get this pulled up if it's possible. If not, I'm giving up. One more time. Try one more time. Okay, it's not working. So we're done. We're done. That didn't work out. Okay. That did not work out. So I'm giving up on it. It's if we sit here 5 more minutes, I could probably make it work, but I'm tired. All right. So we'll see you guys later. Hey, everyone in the chat, you did a great job tonight. Okay, great job. We'll see you in another show. And like I said, please hit that backup channel up. Go subscribe because I'm trying to get to 500 subs there. We're only 25 away. 25 more subs, and the backup channel is monetized. And that's my goal for this week, is to get that to 500 subs, and I'll be so happy with that backup channel having established itself. It's taken almost 6 months. 6 months. All right, blessings galore. If the defense would happen to get kicked off for contempt of court, I would say yes. Or are we going to have a mistrial, or is it going to be dismissed? It's just insane. All I want, all the prof wants, is Richard Allen to go to trial. Let's have a vigorous, amazing trial. Let's fact find, and let's get the truth about the Delphi murders out. Okay? Enough of the bullshit. 7 years of bullshit. Let's have the truth come out in court. And that's my goal. Frenchie says good night to all. All right. Sweet dude Shibby says good night. ACB says, Big Fish, murder sheet printed what they had so their electronic devices wouldn't be searched, in my opinion. Ooh, ACV, guess what you just earned? Guess what you just earned, sir? Guess what you just earned? Let me get it. Let me pull it up. Ooh, that's a hot one, ACV. That's a hot one. Ooh. Allegedly, ACV, allegedly. Yeah, all the regular viewers, hey, thanks for putting up with me and sticking with me all this time. Appreciate it. I know it's a long show. Everyone's been here tonight. Thank you for sticking with the 3 hours. It's incredible accomplishment that you're that patient. Anyway, I'll let the chat wind down for 10 more minutes, and we'll shut it down. And I'll say goodnight to everyone. It's been wonderful, really wonderful. We have a lot of reasons to celebrate, and the truth is coming out. The crack in the dam is starting to widen. So there you go. It's a good time. It is a very good time. Okay. All right. And with that, guys, I'll bid you good night. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, next day. Cheers.